Hello. So, hi. First, sort of, um, I'm just trying to line up the screen. Give me 1 second. Technical difficulties. So I should check in with you guys, being nobody but myself. But it has officially been more than a week since I got my diet. What? Since I got the offer to study medicine at Newcastle, and I'm just really happy still. Sometimes I wake up and I can't believe it's just when I think about the fact that I've gone in, it just gives me this sort of peace, happiness, and I think now just being kind of real, I am like worried about me getting into Southampton like I always am. There's always something that I'm worried about. And that is something that I've come to the realization. Um, basically, maybe, I don't know, maybe 2 days ago. Like, my mom was like, even if you get into Southampton, you're always going to be worried about something. And I was like, what the hell does that mean? And now thinking about it, she's right. There's always something for me to worry about. And I think it's putting away from the fact that I've achieved this place and I've achieved getting into med school. But I just feel like I'm definitely in a point where I've got to sort of tell my course. Um, I've got to sort of tell my course, and it's not like, hey, I'm leaving my job, or hey, I've just finished my degree, I'm gonna go off to do medicine. Like that is the next step for some people, but I've sort of gone onto this course and making such an abrupt leave. And I know I shouldn't care. I know it should just be a thing where hi and goodbye, I'm doing what I want to do, but it still kind of affects me. I don't know what it is. And I had such a great session with my mentor today, and I also don't feel like it's real as well. And but on the other hand, I don't want it to seem like I'm being ungrateful for the fact that I've just gotten into med school. Like, what the hell? But then I'm just thinking, what would just be a little bit better is if I'm just a little bit closer to home, because I do value being able to go home and being around that environment. I think I'm a bit scared of like the massive change of moving to somewhere so up north. Like I know it's gonna be fine. I'm following my dreams. But I remember when I got my offer, and I don't know if I said this in my last video, but I was like, okay, now what's the next big achievement that I've got to kind of accomplish? And on the other hand, like there's so much I want to say, but the fact that I haven't told people, my mentor and I just came to the conclusion, like, I think I'm also scared that is not real and that all my hard work actually paid off. And I'm sure if I tell my Instagram and I tell like everyone, it would feel like I've done it and I've really accomplished it. You get what I mean? Like it really just validates it in some kind of way. And that is something I can't wait for. I have told most people that I wanted to tell. I've definitely told over 15 people. Um, Even if it's just like on the download, or if I just direct message them or they ask me how my application process has been, then I tell them there's no point to lie. Um, I don't know. I love saying that. I don't know. I don't know. But I don't know. I'm okay. I'm grateful that I'm in med school. I don't know why I keep saying that I'm grateful. Even, like, does it seem like I'm not? I'm just low energy now because I've thought about it for a whole week, and I'm just really happy. But also, I really want to get it out there. Like, I think I want to tell people that I'm in. I want to really celebrate. I don't think I've really celebrated this achievement, and that's what's kind of like pulling me back. Like, oh, no, it's like really hard for me to say, oh, that's great. It's not that's great. That's like fucking amazing. Like I got it. Bro, it's sometimes it just phases me. I don't know what it is. I really would like to go to Southampton. That's it. Like I just if I could just get that opportunity to. And I really like the teaching style at Southampton. It is just how I want it to be, how the course is delivered A1. And it's like, what? I don't know, like, I feel like it's like 30 minutes from London. And if, like, especially on such an intense course, I value going back home so much. Like, I remember through my degree, sometimes I would just need that change of environment. And I've been doing a lot on my course. I would literally just, I feel like I've been here for too long and my brain is just kind of getting bored, which is all linked back to my ADHD. And I'm finding out more and more about it all the time. I used to, like, during this course, go back home for 2 weeks, stay here for 2 weeks. And I always used to move. Not like move that much, but maybe like 2 months. And I'm like, I want to stay at home for 2 weeks. My brain just likes that difference. And it's been really useful in me trying to tackle my degree and my medicine application, because if I feel like I need to focus on my medicine application, I would go back home because I just couldn't be able to do it here. If I need to go and just like revise my PA stuff, I'll come back home. And that's kind of how it's been like. But we just have to see. I'll keep you guys updated on if I get into. I also received my official rejection from Kent, and I know how it seems. Like, how can a uni reject Clocher? Like it was literally the Casper test that they decided to do after I submitted the application. It was an extra exam that was not in any way accessible to people with learning difficulties, bearing in mind 3. And we had to type up 3 answers, 3 paragraphs in 5 minutes, answer 3 questions in 5 minutes, and type them up. And yes, thanks for giving me a little bit of extra time of 2 minutes. But what would have been better is if I was able to voice to text. That would have been a lot better because I had the information in my head, but the ability to process that information and then type it out fast enough. And then I miss out words sometimes. I miss out the irrelevant words, and I tend to do that a lot. So I'm sure it just didn't make sense, and it's just really frustrating because I knew that I definitely had a good shot. In particular, even if it got to interview stage, I would have had a really good shot. And I really like the fact that they have bursary schemes. I'm sounding really negative, and I don't like the fact that I sound negative. I've got a place. What is wrong with you, guys? I'm just trying to figure out what it is. I think it might be like the fact that I have to move and I have to change everything. I'm also kind of scared to start med school because it also doesn't feel real. I think I'm challenging myself whether I'm good enough. Yeah, yeah. That is how I'm really feeling. And I'm also scared that the offer might be taken away from me somehow. And I'm making the wrong decision. And yeah, that big move away. But also it's sort of that realization of I could have done this sooner if I had gotten that support. And it's also like I don't want to lose my mentor as well, who's been absolutely amazing. But if I stop being a student, I don't have her anymore. And it's also the fact that during these 5 months, I'm going to start having to switch things into being out on YouTube, working on my social media, working on myself. These are things that I've never really had the time to do. And I'm kind of afraid of that change and that I have to shift into another dynamic. And once I finish like that 5 months doing what I'm doing, I'm gonna have to switch again. and that is fine. I gotta do what I gotta do. Like, I'm in medicine, like, period. And I just don't want it to come across like I'm being ungrateful. Like, I remember my first time applying, I was like, if I do medicine in flipping, I remember I was like, I would like to go to Malta. Like, if I had that opportunity, I would have gone. And now I have one in Newcastle, which is close to home, in like sort of closer. Yeah, actually, I was more willing to travel all the way to Malta to do medicine. And I was thinking about like coming home, but now I have one in Newcastle. Are you okay? I think it's also the fact that I'm weighing a lot on my self-care stuff and being able to make money to be able to fund the therapy that I want to start in med school. Because I just promised myself, like, if I start med school, I need to have therapy because as a healthcare professional, there are going to be things that are going to trigger your past. And I just need to work through that so that I can be the best kind of doctor to my patient. Doctor, oh my god! Yes, yes. Just to make sure that I'm gonna be the best type of doctor. So just trying to make sure that I'm being, the best kind of doctor to my patients because if I'm feeling triggered by some things, I think it might hinder my ability to explore what is going on and that won't be a benefit to them. So it's also I'm getting therapy not only for myself but for my future patients, if you get what I mean. And I feel like having 6 sessions on the NHS is great, but I know it's not going to be enough for me. I talk a lot, as you can see. I could talk for 45 minutes, yeah, about something completely unrelated, and the therapy would only be 15 minutes. So I want it literally once a week throughout my med school experience because I feel like even if I work through that trauma, there are going to be things I experienced during med school I need to work through. And I need that person that I need to talk to. And that's why I love my mentor because she's like a mental health mentor and she explores things. She's like, hey, have you checked in with your friends lately? How's that been going? I'm like, this is what I needed. This is what I've needed like throughout my I've always said that I think I'm even gonna continue it throughout my life because I've got to a stage that I understand what I need and I need that one person to check in with because I tend to go off the rails and not like off the rails, but like I just need someone there. Someone and maybe it's like an attachment thing or my childhood, but someone there that I could just relay that this is what I've done, these are the struggles, tell me it's okay, done, let's move on to the next week. You know what I mean? But yeah, sorry, update. I guess the major thing moving forward is I'm scared to I'm a bit worried to tell the faculty on my course that I'm leaving, sorry, and I'm gonna do medicine. I don't know how they're gonna react. Um, I don't know whether they're gonna give me attitude like, why did you even start this course in the first place? It's like, and also like sending that message into the group chat like, oh, I'm gonna miss them so much. It's sort of like now having to make new friends again. It's like I want to say that it is a little bit hard, but I won't be a doctor, so I'm going to do what I've always wanted to do. I'm going to study what I've always wanted to study. And yeah, I think that's the update. So I'm still waiting to hear back from Southampton, um, my first choice. I'm feeling a little bit sort of worried. My scholarships that I've got to apply to, I just don't feel like I've got a good enough story for them to give me a scholarship, so I keep avoiding it. Why am I sad? God, you're good. At the end of the day, I'm gonna be a doctor. So that's it. That's it for today, guys. Goodbye.